Hey whales, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is June the 17th. Let's recap the markets and go over Tesla. Okay, so with that said, let's jump into sort of what I'm looking at coming into this week. So with Tesla, guys, there are a few things that we need to keep in mind of. The first thing is that overall, if you just take a look at this main structure here, okay, this is a bullish structure in my opinion. We see 5 waves from the lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in blue to finish off a wave 1 sequence, right? So that is a impulse off the lows, which is a great sign. And now there are 2 paths that can happen. The first primary path is a WXY coming down to finish off this wave 2. Now, the X can be anywhere. It could be here, here, on this top, or here, right? We can't time a top, but just know that this can fail at any moment and come down for this wave 2. Or surprise, the low is in, wave 2 is already in. We won't breach below 273 anymore, and we're going to take this alternate path to 400. Okay, so still too early to tell. But coming from a mindset of a full-time trader, I'm only looking for long positions here, not only from a day trading perspective, but from a swing trader's perspective as well. Okay, so just to give you an idea, right? If I'm trying to day trade Tesla, this is what I look for every single morning. So I'm going to only look at this structure because my bias is bullish, right? So I'm only looking for long. So I'm looking at this structure, looking for long. So to get my sort of overall structure, I'm taking the fib levels here. Okay. So if Tesla comes down to 297 to 286, this is a really good level for me to keep a lookout for. This is a strong, high probability trade with good risk to reward. If I long this area, right, I'm going to be targeting 351. And when price gets to 312, I'm going to raise my stop loss from here, right? This is my original stop loss if I'm going to long this. I'm going to raise it to my entry price, okay, for a risk-free trade. That's sort of the main idea that I have. Now, let's say Tesla, if I don't believe Tesla's going to come all the way down here, right, because that is really possible, then I'm going to keep going down into the smaller time frames, and I'm going to only look at this structure now, okay? So I'm using, again, same levels here. I'm looking at the 618 levels, possibly 318 to 314 if Tesla does come down here. This would be a very interesting long as well, and I'm targeting 338. Okay, so longing here, potential 338, stop loss underneath this pivot low at 309. Now, this is definitely more of the aggressive approach. This is more riskier, right? Lower probability win rate, but still pretty decent R&R. Stop loss here, you're going for this 2-to-1 R&R. So still checks out to be a pretty, interesting idea. So this is sort of what goes in my mind, guys, every single day. I get my roadmap ready on the larger time frames. Then I go down to the smaller time frames and I try to find trade opportunities that make sense that goes alongside my bullish sequence or bullish bias. All right. The roadmap just gives me an idea. When I go down to the smaller time frames, that gives me the entry points and precision to go in, guys. Now, something very interesting as well that I want to take a look at is the seasonality index. You can see for May, June, this is typically where the S&P 500 sort of lags and continues to go sideways. You can see specifically in June, we do get dips overall, okay? So we do get dips overall in June, and then you can see in July, we actually pump out. So if that's the case, if I'm going to assume seasonality here in the last 2 weeks of June is a bit shaky, then who's to say that we can long this B wave for a chance at all-time highs? All right, so that's sort of what I'm looking at, guys, overall for Tesla. We'll have to take it day by day, and I'll keep updating you guys along this journey. And have a great rest of your Tuesday. See ya.